uploading our minds to a computer might actually become possible. The idea of uploading someone's mind to a computer might seem like science fiction, but what if it could be done for real? The idea that our mind could live on in another form after our physical body dies has been a recurring theme in science fiction since the 1950s. Recent television series such as Black Mirror and Upload, as well as some games, demonstrate our continued fascination with this idea. The concept is known as mind uploading. Recent developments in science and technology are taking us closer to a time when mind uploading could graduate from science fiction to reality. In 2016, BBC Horizon screened a program called The Immortalist, in which a Russian millionaire unveiled his plans to work with neuroscientists, robot builders, and other experts to create technology that would allow us to upload our minds to a computer in order to live forever. At the time, he confidently predicted that this would be achieved by the year 2045. This seems unlikely, but we're making small but significant steps towards a better understanding of the human brain and potentially the ability to emulate or reproduce it. Whole brain emulation is one potential route to mind uploading. Detailed scans of the brain and its activity would allow us to reproduce a person's biological brain and potentially mind in a computer. Several approaches. The most promising technique is scan and copy, where the structure of a person's brain would be scanned in detail using, for example, the technique of electron microscopy, and this would gather the data needed to produce a working copy of the brain. So how likely is it that the whole brain emulation and potentially mind uploading will be achieved? In a report published in 2008, researchers at the University of Oxford described whole brain emulation as a formidable engineering and research problem, yet one that appears to have a well-defined goal and could, it would seem, be achieved by extrapolations of current technology. However, others are skeptical of the underlying assumptions, and two key tenets in particular, central to the proposition of the whole brain emulation, is the separation of the mind from the body. However, this is contentious, as many believe that the brain is embodied and functions as it does because of its relationship to other parts of the body and the environment that we sense and interact with, of course. Mind uploading also assumes that the mind is an outcome of what the brain does. Our minds, and particularly consciousness, are often considered something greater and more ephemeral than the function of the biological brain. This controversy means that the physiological, philosophical, and scientific challenges of a whole brain emulation and mind uploading are actively debated by academics, yet there is hardly any awareness among the public that this discussion is happening and is unresolved. And the author says, from my PhD thesis, I have been exploring how aware the public are of mind uploading and what they think of the idea when they learn about it, such as whether they would like their minds uploaded into a computer or into another body, and what the benefits and risks might be. In the course of my study, I've used several research methods, including longitudinal interviews with same subjects over several years, and a storytelling website that depicts two characters being uploaded. Modifying the brain, neurotechnology or methods to directly record or modify human brain activity is rapidly advancing. Examples of neurotechnology such as brain-to-computer interfaces and an implantable device, stent rod, made headlines earlier this year because they allowed several paralyzed patients to control a computer by thinking and to conduct online activities like shopping and sending emails. Such developments, along with advances in artificial intelligence, AI, are allowing us to better decipher brainwaves and in the future they may well allow us to write to or modify the brain. Consequently, we need to put guidelines and legislation in place to ensure that our human and neural rights are protected, and this area known as neural rights is a hot topic in academia at the moment. No one knows for certain how long it might take to emulate the human brain. It could take 100 years, with mind uploading being another big leap. While this may seem a lifetime away, we need to remember how fast technology has advanced in the last decade. For example, we first used magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, 50 years ago. However, earlier this year, a team of researchers led by Duke University scanned a whole mouse brain at the highest resolution ever, and it was 64 million times sharper than before. At the moment, whole brain emulation and the possibility of mind uploading sits mainly in the scientific domain. However, as we already started to see, such developments have the potential to transform what it means to be human, and as such, those outside the world of science should have a voice. This is by Angela Thornton, PhD candidate, University of Nottingham. This is from Conversation under Creative Commons here on Unexplained Mysteries. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.